No problem.
Blog Talk Radio.
Into another episode of Endie Fiya right here with your girl Nakia. Yo, I am so excited to be here this evening. I know you guys say that every week. She's so excited every week, but you have no idea the magnitude that this interview has on my life. This interview tonight. You know what? I want you guys to get just as hyped as I am. So let me drop this on you really quick. All right.
Trend that soul that trend, new sneaks and a shout for your eyes on them. Laces tied up, I feel fresh. Ladies, gents say I am fresh. Trend that soul that trend, new sneaks and a shout for your eyes on them. Laces tied up, I feel fresh. Ladies, gents say I am fresh. Everybody got their eyes on my feet, but you won't catch these on the high street. I spend long days and nights in my sneaks. I wear tracksuits like it's my ID. Open a box, my brand new pair icy. Protect your footwear, keep them tidy. There's so many styles and different patterns, but I ain't never seen a pair like these. Exclusive crepes, these are dead stock. Wouldn't wanna rock these with wet socks. New trainer release, let's cop. Now you're waiting in the queue, you're next up. Chicken straps out, looking steps up. Gotta work hard, grind for the next drop. Tracksuit on, snapback on my head top. Custom sneakers, I'm wearing my best ones. Trend that soul that trend. New sneaks and a shout for your eyes on them. Laces tied up, I feel fresh. Ladies, gents say I am fresh. Trend that soul that trend. New sneaks and a shout for your eyes on them. Laces tied up, I feel fresh. Ladies, gents say I am fresh. Call me a crepe fanatic. I'm a fanatic for sneakers. Call me a sneaker addict. I can't stop buying them trainers. Call me a sneakerhead. I stay on my grind like them skaters. More sneakers, cost more papers. Call them kicks, sneakers or trainers. I set trends and I got style. You ain't seen a drop like this in a while. Hard work grinding, maxing it out. Gotta get with the program, get with the sound. New clothes on the railing, creps on the shout. Gotta lead that team, don't follow the crowd. Project your voice if you wanna get heard. Coming from a big place, it's hard to stand out. We all wanna rock the freshest shoes. We all wanna cop the latest tees. We all wanna see amazing views. We all gotta go and chase our dreams. Stay focused, you'll make it soon. Trust me, it's in your genes. When it's your time, yeah, it will be. Let them judge you, they will see. Trend that soul that trend. New sneaks and a shout for your eyes on them. Laces tied up, I feel fresh. Ladies, gents say I am fresh. Trend that soul that trend. New sneaks and a shout for your eyes on them. Laces tied up, I feel fresh. Ladies, gents say I am fresh. Trend that soul that trend. New sneaks and a shout for your eyes on them. Laces tied up, I feel fresh. Ladies, gents say I am fresh. Trend that soul that trend. New sneaks and a shout for your eyes on them. Laces tied up, I feel fresh. Ladies, gents say I am fresh.
Hey, now that everybody's just as hyped as I am, let me tell you the symbolism behind me playing that song right there. All right? How many of you got the opportunity to watch BBC News on, let me see, I think it was like October the 7th or October the 8th? Nobody over here in the States? All right, I understand. Don't worry. I'm going to post the clip on my Facebook. I shared it last week, but I'm going to post it again so you guys can see it and understand the symbolism behind me playing that track and this interview this evening. All right? I promise you, I'm sober this evening. I'm not on any medications. Yo, this is like a natural high, guys. I'm telling you. I'm super excited about this interview again, but that right there was Scatter from Coventry. All right? Now, some of you probably thinking, wait a minute, I know that name. Yeah, if you've been rocking with me since day one, like 5 years ago, day one on Independent Everything, we had Scatter from Coventry. I think he was probably our first UK artist on Independent Everything. Back then, I thought he was really huge back then, but he's leveled up. You know what I'm saying? He's leveled up. He's elevated to a completely different level now. And right, so on this feature on BBC News, they're talking about trainer enthusiasts. Y'all probably thinking like, what? I know. Over here in the States, we call them sneakerheads. And, they call them sneakerheads over there, too. But sneakerheads. And in the background, guess what's playing in the background? Style and Trend right there by Scatter. That you just heard. Why this is so iconic to me is because Scatter has this agency, the Mindstorm Music Agency. And our guest this evening is his artist, Robbie Raps. So you see how this all connects now? And again, I'm super excited because Scatter and I go way back. When you hear me talking about my family across the pond, yeah, that's them right there. All right, so wait a minute. Hold up. Let me back up. Let me keep things in order. You know what I'm saying? I forgot. This is Endie Fiya, and we do got to talk about, what happened on the last show. Who do we have? On Monday, Monday was New Music Mondays. We debuted a lot of new music, a lot of up-and-coming artists, some established artists. We got the music label that's over there in Germany, Hazen Chop Music. We talked a little bit with them. Got some artists right here in the States that we debuted, some Russian artists, So New Music Mondays is picking back up and is doing some really big things. I can't wait. We got a 7-year-old rap artist, all right, that's going to be on Monday's show. So super excited for you all to hear her. On Tuesday, Too Late Tuesdays, we had the teen entrepreneur, philanthropist, social activist, and some more names. Azaria Cherry from VA was here. Man, she's doing some phenomenal things right there in Virginia, in her community, and she's eventually going to expand. Like, I see this young lady going global with everything that she's trying to bring to the recognition of STEM for the youth, females in her community, as well as statewide, as well as globally. All right, so big ups to Azaria Cherry and everything that she's going to accomplish. All right, not just the things that she's already done, but the things that she's going to accomplish. Hip-hop news, there's a lot in hip-hop news, but I don't want to bore you and talk about, all that stuff in mainstream. And I got hot independent artists right here with me this evening. But this was funny, yo. Somebody brought this to my attention like 30 minutes ago, and I thought, I know ain't nobody heard this, so let me tell you all about this, all right? Rich the Kid, Toronto-based R&B singer Anders, and producer Francis Scott Heat have officially become the first recording artists to collaborate on a song utilizing sounds extracted from cannabis. Now, my ass really thought I was high when I read that. I was like, what? Well, read it again. So I read it again, and you heard what I said. They've collaborated on a song utilizing sounds extracted from cannabis. All right, so Mary Jane is an innovation-based cannabis lifestyle content company. Mary as an Merry. All right, and they have this song. They briefly explain that the innovation behind the song states that they've extracted something entirely different than what most people could, imagine, and what most people on the planet think about when you think about the cannabis extraction. The article goes on and on and on, and then still at the beginning, I'm still like I was, wow, foolish, like, all right. But if you get the opportunity, it is a biorhythmic sound from their own sticky situation strain that creates this song. I can't wait to hear it. All right, you guys excited to hear it? I'm excited to hear it. Might need to be high when I hear it, but I'm excited to hear it. My guest this evening is rising UK rap artist Robbie Raps. Since he started working with the Mindstorm Music back in January, he has come a long way in much shorter time than he would have ever expected. They have taken him to networking events from Birmingham to London, meeting industry professionals and artists, getting a true insight of how the industry works. He has had his music played on stations like BBC Introducing, write-ups on big blog sites, and he has also learned how to download his music to all music stores, including Spotify, Apple Music, etc., through distribution services such as Ditto, CD Baby, Tunecore, and many, many more. He has learned the importance of PRS, how to register his music, and how to make money from his music in a safe and correct way. Robbie Raps has been invited to premium music events run by very well-known hosts such as Blatantly Blunt and many, many others. All around, since joining the team, his music knowledge has increased dramatically, and he says he is forever grateful for the Mindstorm group for giving him this opportunity to take his music further than it could when he started last year. Endie Fiya listening audience, let me give you a little bit of Robbie Raps. This right here is Human on a Mission. All right, so maybe we got a little bit of technical difficulties. I'm going to hit you back with that Human on a Mission in just a little bit. All right, so without further ado, I want to introduce to you this evening my very, very special guest from across the pond, rising UK rap artist, Robbie Raps. Everything is just delayed tonight. I don't know what's going on. How you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm good. A little bit tired. It's like nearly 12 o'clock over here, but, you know, we out here, we active, we working.
A little bit tired. Hey, you know, midnight, that's the time when shit really gets, just, you know, it really gets crunk. What you mean tired?
Well, it's a weekday, isn't it? But when it comes to the week, when it's like what, Friday or Saturday or something, you know, 12 o'clock, that's the peak time. But during the weekdays, we got to work.
You know what? I forgot it was like a Thursday, and yeah, I guess you're right. You know, I'm a night owl.
Only one more day.
Yeah, only one more day till we get the weekend, and then it's gonna be on. I want to tell you thank you for being able to join me this evening. I have anticipated this interview for, I don't know, the past month. Whenever I get to chop it up with Scatter or any of these people, it just I'm just, you know, I'm my words, just I can't get them out because the impact that he has made on my life, like over the past couple of years, has been huge. So I know that if what he's done for me, he's able to do for others as well as his artists, then I know that you're probably feeling just as elated as I am this evening to be here. So thank you again. You could have been anywhere this evening. You could have been asleep, but you're giving freely of yourself and your time to be here with me and my listening audience. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yo, anytime, man. I love this shit. I love doing this. Could we swear? Am I allowed to swear? Because I love that. Cause
yes!
I love this shit, man. Okay, yo, that's cool, man. Like, I love this shit. I love doing music. I love talking about music. I love everything about it. So, you know, no matter what time it is in the morning, it could be 5 o'clock in the morning, it could be 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm going to get on the grind and we will talk about it.
That's what's up. I love that. I love that energy. Now, your bio talks about, you know, the many things that you have done with your team this year. I want to back it up just a little bit and introduce our listening audience to the man behind the name Robbie Raps. You cool with that?
Yo, yeah, absolutely.
And so what's your musical background like?
My musical background probably, like, it starts, like, as a rapping background and hip-hop background probably starts as any other rapper, like Eminem. That was where I kind of first found, you know, rap music. But my background actually starts with like 80s music. So in my household, we grew up with like bands like Queen, so Freddie Mercury, and like Kiss, and you know, David Bowie, all music like that. So a lot of my stage energy and my musical performance comes from them. So you know, as a background, that's what I'd say my music is mainly based off. But as like a hip hop background, I started on Eminem, and then it verged into more UK people, so like Skepta, the Boy Better Know crew, and like Gigs, you know, or like Temper T, or like some major heads. And then, you know, I kind of steered off different paths. So, like I went down like on a different path with hip hop, just started exploring and experimenting. So like, one of my favorites who I discovered was like Tech Nine and Hopsin, like the Stay Strange Music Crew and Funk Volume, and like they are like, oh my god, man, my god, that guy. Like it was amazing to meet Hopsin when I got the chance, but like Tech Nine would be like, I'd love to meet them both, just to see them both at work. It'd be just a dream.
No, I don't want to get ahead of myself. You're already talking about Hobson, so you know I'm coming for that in just a minute. But the 80s, yo, that's funny that you said the 80s. I was like, I drive fast everywhere I go. I know everybody knows that, no secret. So I'm on like a major interstate here and doing like 95. Speed limit's like 90, right? I'm sorry, speed limit's 70. I'm doing like 95, because 90s music is on. Like I'm listening to Sirius XM Fly and they're playing all this old school 90s hip hop music. And I got my 14-year-old in the background and he's like, "Ma, what?" Like, he knows me to be, dignified and classy, and, but here I am spitting, all these lyrics, and he's like, "Ma, really?" And I was like, yo, I grew up on, this is what I grew up on. You know what I mean? I was a teenager like you when all of this music came out. So I feel you when you talk about, that 80s music and Freddie Mercury. I love Freddie Mercury and Kiss. But, yes, strange music, oh, my gosh. Hold on, I ain't there yet. How would you describe your musical style? I know when I first met Scatter, I think, and I'm probably going to mess it up, it was grime music. Is that what it's called?
Oh, yeah, grime, yeah. Scatter's grime
so I started
through. He can definitely do anything, but he's grime through.
Yeah, I started listening to grime music, like, before my interview with Scatter, and I fell in love with, like, a lot of the artists, in the UK, because it was a sound that similar to, hip-hop rap over here, but it was something about the sound, something about the energy that pushed through the music that attracted me to grime. So how would you describe your musical style?
I mean, my musical is kind of like mine. A lot of it is American. What's the word I'm looking for? Inspired, like American inspired. So I'm as much as I listen to a lot of UK hip hop and UK rappers, I more listen to American rappers. So I take a lot of my style from them. But I'd say my style is jumpy, it's energetic, it's not in your face as such, but it's like, it's more, I will make a statement. If I've got something to say in my lyrics, I won't hold back on it. I will kind of just say what I'm feeling. And if people don't like that, that's kind of just their own opinion.
I like that. Now, I read something about you, and it states, and I think this was on Facebook that I read, it says that, you have one simple aim, and that is to put real lyricism back in hip-hop and rap.
Oh, yeah. I was waiting for someone to bring this up. It's been a while since actually someone mentioned that I like. What I mean with that is, when I made that bio, and I still stand by it, when I made that is you had people like Little Pump and all the Littles, the long run of the Littles that just came out of nowhere, and they were all talking about the same thing over and over again.
Yes.
With Molly and Xanax and lean, right, and being on and other things like that, and being out partying and having loads of money, and they all had little in their name, and they were just all had different color hair. It was just a weird phase of music. So to me, I was saying, I want to bring real lyricism. People like that, they have never listened to Tupac and never listened to Biggie and never listened to like these old bands like NWA and Wu-Tang, and like I could go on. They just never took the appreciation to listen to them. So their style is so out of whack. Their like mindset and view is so out of whack. It's unreal. So I think when I made that, I was aiming it at people who just don't really talk anything in their lyrics. It's just the same old shit over and over again. They just like, and a lot of it is lies. That's the worst thing, because you look at someone and they say, "I'm firing an Uzi," and you go, "You're not though. You're not.
Right.
You're not though."
Right.
So that was what I was mainly aiming at, and I still stand by it, is to bring real lyricism back in hip hop, which would be to talk about anything that's true to you. So if you've been through, I don't know, like somebody has passed away that's close to you, and you've struggled with it mentally, and you physically it's made you struggle, that's what I think is real lyricism, is taking pain and putting it on a page.
Yes, that bio also continues to say that if you are a fan of lyrical talent, syllable sliding, and good music, that Robbie Raps is the artist for you.
Still stand by that.
Did you write that bio?
Yes, 100%.
As Robbie
100% me. Yeah, well, yeah,
Was
yeah,
that
yeah.
Robbie
I was
Raps?
Robbie Raps. Yep.
All right, so I know that you're the artist formerly known as Ryson.
I am indeed.
Why the name change?
Well, the name first off originally came from Breaking Bad. So if you're a Breaking Bad fan, you'll know there's an episode where Jesse and Walter, they have to, I can't remember specifically what they do in the episode, but they use ricin, which is a specific poison. And I always thought to myself, poison flows is just one of them things I always was a go-to in my lyrics. So I thought it was something good at the time. And then the change just came about because my dad had, for a long time, I don't know why it was, he just always used to call me Robbie the Rapper or Robbie's Rapping or something like that. And it just clicked to me. I was like, why not? It's what I do. It's my name. It's what I enjoy. It's pretty much spot on to what you're going to get when you get with me.
Now, is your first name Robbie?
It is indeed. That is my real name.
All right.
It's
so
not my
actual
technical name, but that only my mum calls me that, and we're not going to get into that. I
have to top it up with your mom and figure out why she calls you Robbie. All right.
Oh, she probably would love to do that.
I know that back in 2018, you performed in a cypher at Hobson's tour concert in Birmingham.
I did indeed.
How did LA rapper, songwriter, actor, music video director, record producer Hobson get wind of your sound?
Yo, that was a crazy turn of events. Without making a really long story out of it, because it's like one of my favorite stories of all time to tell, because it's just one of them proud moments. So he was doing a tour, which is a No Shame tour. And with the No Shame tour, he was doing this thing called Undercover Idol. So you could submit your music, and if he liked it enough, or if it was him or his team, they liked it enough, they would invite you to come before he plays a show at whatever closest city to you. And you can perform your song in front of him, and if he likes you enough, you would perform in front of his team. So I just submitted this is the first ever song that I'd created, being a proper song. So I've gone out my way to write lyrics, a hook, put it all together and all that. So I sent it in without the mix and mastering. It was just the first stages, and I got an email back 2 days before. No, I think it was the day of the gig. They emailed me, his team, saying, you're on the reserve. So I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get I might have the opportunity to meet Hobson. 2 minutes later, his team emailed me again. This is at 5 a.m. when I've just finished work. His team emailed me again to say, we're sorry to send you that email. You're actually in the top 3. You're going to meet Hobson. And I just jumped out of bed. I just jumped out of bed, lost my mind, jumping around like a crazed maniac, lost it, couldn't control myself.
Yeah.
So, I went to, the closest one to me was Birmingham. I'd already booked tickets to go to it anyway, because obviously it was so close, and I was a massive fan of Hobson before already. I booked tickets, and I was already going to go. So the closest was Birmingham. Pulled up, and he's a real nice dude, man. He's such a cool dude. He's really quiet, laid back. He's just about the music. He was so concentrated on you, and when you were performing, I thought it was just really cool. There was nothing. He was there for the music. There was nothing that took his mind off it. It was really cool. So, I think if anybody is a big fan of Hobson and they get the opportunity to, maybe someone says, oh, we could meet him, take it, run with it, because he's a really cool dude, man. Really, really humble.
Wow, and that was Undercover Idol?
Yeah, that was Undercover Idol. And the craziest thing was, I didn't win, but my guy that I was doing the song Trapped, Revilo, he won, and we actually just ended up working after that. I didn't take anything from it.
Wow.
Anything that was bad. I was just I listened to his music. Was I want to work with you. You're dope, bro. We can make something together. And we ended up making Reptiles, which was, and we still talk. Revilo's my guy, man. Shout out Revilo. We still talk. We got more music coming. We got more hits coming.
That's crazy. Wow. So I'm sure that opened up many, many doors for you. And I just got wind. Go ahead.
No. Carry on. I was just gonna say, yeah, definitely. Carry on.
So did that have any influence on the Godiva Festival?
The Godiva Festival for me, I brought the same energy for Godiva which I did with the Hopsin gig. I always knew in my heart that, because as I say, I listen to 80s music. So when I listened to Freddie Mercury, I obviously watched him and then started watching his crowd performance and watch how he was a performer, and took a lot of my performance and I took what he did and put it into my performance. So, Godiva was just one of them stepping stone things. It's not a stepping stone as such, but it was like, I always knew I could do it, and I knew that as soon as I stepped out onto that stage, I was going to show exactly why I could do it, and I did. So that was an amazing day. I could speak about that for hours.
Hey now, what's good? It's your girl Jana Blackwell, C-Town Records, Mistress of Soul, and you're on the air with the hottest independent station, Endie Fiya, with your host, Nakia, giving you that heat right here on the station, bringing you all of the hottest hip-hop hits, Endie Fiya.
Thank you, Jana. That's my girl, C-Town Records, Mistress of Soul, out of California. If you're just tuning in, you're live right here on Endie Fiya. We across the pond this evening, guys. All right, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you missed it, get the playback. 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here in the States. I'm live with rising UK rap artist Robbie Raps.
Hey,
man,
what's going on?
All right, so I know that you mentioned Freddie Mercury quite a few times thus far. Who would you say influences your style?
My style of rapping would be, I draw a lot of influence from different things. I think it's quite hard to say because a lot of my rapping style I definitely take from Logic, because I like his, it's his flow and his not necessarily simplistic lyrics, but it's more. Some of them are simple, but they're so smart, but they're actually not that simple because you had to really think about it. So it's not that simple. So I take a lot of his style, but there's an artist that I'm hoping you might have heard of him. His name's Analyst. I think he's from Canada. I think he is. He's a syllable sliding machine. Honestly, I'd say check him out. And he if I just want to go on a ridiculous, I will listen to that guy. Because he just ignites my brain. But I draw a lot of my style from a lot of different artists. I like to keep my view open and just draw influence from everything.
So I know that you just recently dropped your debut self-titled EP. I want to say that it's straight fire. I wish I would have uploaded more music. Nevertheless, we're going to get all of this album in rotation on New Music Mondays. But walk us through your creative processes behind the creation of this album.
The album, I reckon the album probably started, I don't know, last year. So Take My Time was actually was the third ever song I ever created. So I'd been sat on that for a long time. So that's probably the one that I worked probably the most on the entire album. But the creative process was just kind of not to create something that's just got some full on a full meaning behind it. Every single song has to go coincide with the other. I wanted it to be an EP or an album of songs that I enjoyed making and people enjoyed listening to, and could kind of take, this is going to be the style to expect from now on. This is going to be the kind of rapping style and the kind of, not necessarily the beats to expect for me to rap over, but this is going to be the style of rapping that I will be doing. This is the kind of, hard-hitting lyricism and, quick-wittedness that I will come with, and that's what I'm going to continue with. It's not going to change. So it was more of just a starting stone to say, this is where it begins, and I've already said there's a little kind of spoiler. Eventually, Robbie Raps 2 will come, but it's just a matter of time. It could be 2 years before it happens, but I want that will be, the next one to say, Robbie Raps 1 was the stepping stone. Now I'm here at this point. Nothing will have changed, but a lot of things will have changed, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So for those who may not have had the opportunity to listen to Robbie Raps yet, I mean, I'm talking about the album, not just, the artist and a single. On which of your songs do you think you have delivered your best performance so far from an emotional and a technical point of view?
I'd definitely say that my favorite on the EP would probably be Take My Time, because I just worked on that for so long. I even went back and re-recorded.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. Oh, crazy! So that's big up for that, by the way. I'm glad someone else agrees with me, because it's I don't know. It's just something about that song. I just took so much time. It was I'd had it 9 months before the song or the EP was even properly in full swing of starting to get it put together. I knew it was just going to be one of those songs. It had to be on there because it was just I delivered a lot of energy and a lot of, especially when a lot of lyricism, especially with the beginning of the second verse. I loved how, I hate to big myself up and toot my own horn, but I loved how it was. The first sentence rhymed with the third sentence. The second rhymed with the fourth. You know what I mean? It was just, I was quite proud of it.
All right, so back, I want to say it's probably been 3 weeks ago when we came back on New Music Mondays. We had the opportunity to debut the debut single, Trap, taken from Robbie Raps' self-titled EP. This is available. The album is available to stream on all digital platforms. Trap is a deep song featuring York Rapper Revilo, where they take you on a small journey into their minds on a daily basis and how living with demons of the past can sometimes overwhelm you. And what's so funny is that when I was debuting this song 3 weeks ago, and after listening to the song, because I normally do not listen to new music until I play it. So my listening audience, they get the new music at the same time I get the music. Well, I said at that time, I was like, my God, this song is deep. And everything that he's talking about in this song is stuff that I preach to people about every single day, about being able to cope and deal with your demons. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that your story, especially this song right here, it can help other individuals that are dealing, with demons, so to speak. But I love how you're using your platform as an emotional and a mental release for yourself, as well as providing a coping mechanism to others who may be going through the same thing that you're going through. This right here is Trap by Robbie Raps.
We must pay homage to him.
I've been trapped inside my mind for way too long. I feel all these demons, they are coming on. They just won't leave me, but fuck alone. Sometimes I just can't do this on my own. I've been trapped up inside my mind a minute. And trust me, bro, you don't wanna know what's in it. These voices in my head keep telling me I'm finished, but I'm a loser, I won't ever get to winning. But I just keep on pushing through the inner torment. All these problems inside me that's laying dormant. The struggle that I wake up with is every morning, before I've even got the chance to get a yawning. See, people be thinking they know the real me, but you will only see what I want you to see, cause you will always believe whatever comes on your feed. It's fucking saddening to see, but you can't think on your feet. I've been trapped inside my mind for way too long. I feel all these demons, they are coming on. They just won't leave me, but fuck alone. trapped in these days of gloom. You would understand if it's you in my shoes, but it's not, this is what I've got to do, yeah. I've been trapped inside my mind for way too long. I feel all these demons, they are coming on. They just won't leave me, but fuck alone. Sometimes I just can't do this on my own.
That was Trapped, the debut single from Robbie Raps off of the self-titled EP. If you're just tuning in, you're live right here on Endie Fiya with your girl Nakia and my very special guest, rising UK rap artist Robbie Raps. I want to get personal for just a moment. Listening to those lyrics, because that's the first song that I heard from you. And then reading, more about reviews of the EP, and then listening to the EP myself, and just the statement that I gave, prior to introducing the track, I talked about being able to have some type of release in order to deal with the demons that may be trying to battle it out inside your head. Do you suffer from mental illness?
I don't suffer necessarily from mental illness per se. I don't. There's people out there who go through a lot worse and struggle, and I've seen it firsthand. Some people can go through. It can be for anything from like anxiety to to some of the worst mental illness cases. But I definitely suffer with my own demons in my own way of past things. But.
Mm-hmm.
They give me, they necessarily give me flashbacks, and they make me cringe. I might just like stop instantly where I am and just think about it, and it just clouds my mind instantly. There is, I do walk with things that really do, trouble me, and sometimes, they make me just kind of stop dead where I am in the street. But I definitely made the song not just for anybody who goes through mental illness. This is for anybody who struggles with anything. You feel it's a demon that is weighs down on your life. It's for you to just know that there is a release out there, and you can find an outlet for anything. You just got to put it, just apply your mind to it and find it.
How hard is it for you to stay disciplined to your craft and not get distracted by those demons that you battle?
Oh, 100%. Sometimes it's really difficult because what I think a lot of artists do when they start getting noticed is they instantly create this massive bubble around their head, and they become someone that they think is famous instantly. They think they're someone special, and then they get themselves dragged back into something. As I said, for instance, I'll be personal and I'll be honest about it. My demon was drugs. So I try to stay very far away from party scenes because I know that will just lead me back down the life I was. Keeping level is staying at home and staying in and just being calm and comfy.
Right. So how do you find your motivation? You know that that's something that you need to do. Like you just mentioned, to stay away. I don't want to be surrounded by those places or those, people or those things anymore. So how do you stay motivated just to focus on your craft and the things that, are most important to you now?
I just stay hungry. I just stay, looking at, I wouldn't say necessarily looking at what other people do and thinking, oh, I want this. But it's kind of like, I look at it and think, I could do that. There's no reason why I couldn't do that. And sit there and think to myself, there's reasons why I couldn't do that, and never come to a reason why I could ever do that. So the best way for me to stay motivated is just to not watch what everybody is doing necessarily, but to keep an eye out and stay. I'd say the best way for me to stay motivated is just people in my city. say is that one. It's seeing what everybody does in my city and get motivated by that, because I think the hometown push is just the one. Like I could see other artists doing things from Manchester and all that, but when I start seeing like all of us are doing bits in Cobb, I'm like, we all got to eat. We all got to do this. So it just gives me more motivation. But I'd say getting out of the 9 to 5 as well, that gives me a hell of motivation, because I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the 9 to 5. That's one of the biggest motivations. I hate waking up at silly o'clock in the morning, getting my high vis on and going to work. Like, that's no hate against anybody, that enjoys that, but I really don't. I just don't.
I don't either. So you talked about your city motivating you, and that's something that I feel lacks a lot in the States. People can put their music out, and their music can go globally and do crazy things, but then people right there in their own city have no idea who they are. Their local stations aren't even playing them. You know what I'm saying? And I find that very motivating myself about the artists in the UK. You guys support each other like crazy. But in doing all of that, have you suffered any skepticism or criticism, from artists in the industry, either in the UK or the United States?
I wouldn't necessarily, but obviously everybody gets haters online, so I wouldn't class that really as like criticism and anything like that. But I always say to people when they listen to my music anyway, is I don't want you to tell me everything that's good with it. I want you to tell me something bad about it, because I would much rather be able to walk away with something that's bad about it and go, right, that needs working on it.
Right.
Like.
I tell my artists that all the time. Like, you don't want people to critique your music that, you're close friends with, and they're going to sugarcoat what they say to you, and they're going to tell you what you want to hear, and then you submit your music, for airplay, and they don't play your music because it sounds like garbage, because your people have boosted your ego to make you think you sound better than what you really are. So that's why I'm so harsh when I critique music, because I want people to see that, there's a lot that you can work on. I do get some tracks that are fire from, the beginning, but, there's a lot that you need to work on, or there's more that you can work on. I mean, then those artists who can take the constructive criticism and do crazy things with the music, because what you send me is not always the finished product. So I feel like taking the constructive criticism and being able to turn that into the fire track that you really wanted, that is huge right there. And it doesn't always come from your circle. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to step out of your circle and have other people listen to your music and give you that honest, constructive criticism that you need.
Hey, yo, 100%. 100%. Like, if you have just a bunch of yes men around you who just go, yo, that's fire, fam, and you've sent it to them and they've listened to about 30 seconds of it, they haven't listened to any of the content. They've just listened to the beat and gone, oh, yo, this sounds sick. Oh, that's fire, fam. You go, oh, it's sick. You upload it to everyone. It just doesn't pop. And then you get really angry about it. You go, why ain't this doing what I want? Why ain't this getting what I want? Because everyone has lied to you. What they've done has lied to your face and gone, this is good, when it's really not. It's shit. Like, my girlfriend has upset me a couple of times because she's just sat there and gone, she's looked at me with a face of like, what is this? Like, this ain't it, champ. This ain't it, champ. So it's like, and I've got upset about it and angry because I think it's it. But I've just gone back to the drawing board and gone, you know what, actually, it's not it. It's actually not it at all. Like, so I love constructive criticism, as much as sometimes you might get angry at it because, like, somebody you look up to could tell you something you really don't want to hear, but you have to hear it. Because if you don't hear it, because you're just going to be walking blind through life. And that one thing that person could say to you could elevate your career instantly.
That's
because you've just not done because this person has been in the game for 20 years longer than you. So who are you to sit there and say, that's just an example. Just say for somebody who's been in the game for 20 years and they sit there and say, you're not doing this in music, try this. And you go, why should I do this? Instantly, that's a fail. That's a fail.
Big up to your girlfriend for keeping it real. You need a real one in your corner, so big up to her.
100%.
Which ingredients do you think makes you special and unique as a performing artist?
Energy. Energy is the key. I will
I
tell
think
that
so.
I will run that to the high heavens. Energy is the key. If you walk on stage with your microphone like, hi, my name is Robbie Raps. I want to do some music for you today. No one's going to be interested. No one is going to care.
Nobody.
They're just going to go, right, okay, if you ain't going to tell me a really good poem, then I don't want to know. But if you walk on the stage like, yo, I'm Robbie Raps, what's going on, people? People turn their heads. I've seen it. I've played gigs where it's all like I played a gig not too long ago for a mental health awareness place, and it was all like mainly old people. So I was like, I'm not going to shout, but I'll give it what I usually do. And their heads instantly turned because their energy, they were like, who is this dude? Like, that's the key to anything, is bring the energy all the time, because people don't want to watch someone who's bored. They want you to be good. Nobody wants you to be shit. They want you to be good. They want you to go out there and make them like you.
So I want to even ask this next question, because I already know that you would prefer performing live over studio work. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, when I met him before the show, his energy, as he mentioned, was bananas. You know, I'm like, wow, this interview is going to be crazy, because that's the energy that he brought forth in the beginning. So imagine, you know, you can hear it in his music, but imagine the stage presence. If, you know, you could talk to him over the phone and he's giving you this much energy. I can't imagine what it's like to see you perform live.
Hey, yo, I'm actually quite a calm guy. Like, I'm quite.
Really?
I'm very energetic. I've got so much energy all the time. Like, as soon as I get excited about anything, I'm like a kid at Christmas. Like, I'm everywhere. It's like I've got ADHD for just a quick second. Like, I lose it. So, you know, like, I have that energy that's just always built up. I'm quite calm and relaxed. I know how to just keep laid back. But on stage, I just lose it. But I don't lose it. So in a sense, you know, I don't know what I'm doing. But it's like, as soon as I get up there, it's like I'm no longer Robbie. I am Robbie Raps. Like, I am the performer that everyone has come here to see, and you're gonna love.
Would you say that Robbie Raps is your alter ego? No, I wouldn't say. I'd say he is me. I am him and he is me. So if I have a up and coming artist that's listening right now, they've heard your music, they've heard your story, they've seen the things that you've done in such a short amount of time, like the sky's the limit for you. But they're thinking, you know, like, I don't know the next step. Like, I'm scared. Like, I don't know what to do. What piece of advice could you offer this up and coming artist who's listening to you this evening? I would say, don't concentrate too hard on what's the next step. The next step will just fall into place. I think I'm a really big believer in fate. Like, I really do believe sometimes, not sometimes, but I think a lot of things in life, they happen for a reason. They, like, you know, some things are just too coincidental to happen. So I believe in not forcing the journey. Let it just happen. Let the journey happen. Just keep creating new music. You know, and like with me, my next step is to just create music and, you know, go from there. That's where the next step is. So I'd say to anybody is, don't force it. Just do you, keep doing you, and eventually the universe will just take its turn and it will just point you in a direction and you'll go, that's the direction that I'm going to go. And you run with it. And it could be the thing that changes your life. But I will always say is run with your gut. If something doesn't feel right in your stomach, don't run with it. Do not do it, because that believe in yourself. Believe yourself, because if you have no trust in yourself, then you've already failed. Right. That leads me to my next question. Moving forward with the Mindstorm team, what are your aspirations and goals?
Hey,
shout
out the Mindstorm every single day. They've literally taken me to great heights, have just shown me keys to this game that without them I probably would not be at the stage that I am in my career. So I've got love for them guys, man. All of them, from Sky to Yeti to K-Dubs, you know, Reaps, you know, the producers as well, like Wes, shout out Wes, you know, all of them. I got love for all of them. But, you know, what we want to do is show everyone. We want to push Coventry as a big thing. I think as a team, we want to establish ourselves in Coventry as the kind of, you know, the go-to. So, you know, not necessarily the ones with the answers, but, you know, the ones that's like, we want to see everybody eat. We're not just in this for ourselves. Right. We want to see everybody eat. We want to see everybody succeed and do well. It's just about, I think Mindstorm is definitely about showing the work, showing that you are willing to put in the work and you're willing to go hard with this or go home.
Mm.
I think that's what Mindstorm at the end. That's me personally. As an artist in Mindstorm, my main is to push the brand and to show what Mindstorm can do for artists like me and have done for artists like me, and to show that, you know, I was an artist that just released a music video, and then 2 years later I played the biggest festival in my city, you know, and a lot of that was down to me and a lot of that was down to them.
And not only pushing their artists or their city, the conversations that Scatta and I have had recently, what he's trying to do for me and my show is just phenomenal. I mean, I see great things, not just for the city of Coventry, but, you know, they got to come across the water and do some things as well. So I'm grateful, you know, to the connections that I'm making through Mindstorm. It's amazing. It's amazing. It really is.
Yeah,
I want to go ahead and
Scar as well, because that guy is just like, he's just a madman. He doesn't stop. He doesn't stop working ever. He is always on the grind, and you know that he's done. Him and Mindstorm have done so much for me. So I'll always be grateful, and he knows that.
And I can attest to that. I've known him, I want to say, it's probably been 5 years now. And he's always been a hustler. He's always grinding. You know what I'm saying? And when I met him years ago, like I said in the beginning, I thought he was phenomenal then. But just the elevation that I've seen in him, you know, and now with Mindstorm, you know, and shout out to Yeti also. I forgot about him.
Big up Yeti, you know, on the pad.
Like I said, yes, huge things for
big Yeti, man. Could never forget about that, man.
So I want to go ahead and open up the floor to you now so that you can get all of your contact information out. For those who may be listening live, or for those who may come back and listen to a playback show, Endie Fiya does a playback on about 10 or 11 different platforms. So, you know, somebody may catch you next week and want to know, you know, what's coming up with him. I do know that you have a show coming up on the 26th of October. So talk about that really quick, and then go ahead and get your contact information out.
So that show that I've got coming up, if you're around the West Midlands area or you're from the UK and you listen to the Endie Fiya show, then big up, because that's like worldwide. That's awesome. If you're around, then on the 26th of October, I'm performing at somewhere called Ivy House. This is going to be my first ever, not headline performance, but, you know, a Coventry performance. Sid Godiva is going to be a bunch of artists there, from Mac Backwards to Flo Stoffer to Icy Stanley and DJ Highgrade and DJ Dem, Jaden, just a bunch of, and Ashaya, so many just dope artists that are going to be in the building from Coventry and around the area. So if you miss out, it's your kind of loss. But yeah, if you've enjoyed anything you listen to from me, my name is Robbie Raps. You can find me on YouTube, which is Robbie Raps. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. If you just put in Robbie Raps, I think on the Facebook and Twitter, you have to put 2 S's, but it will come up anyway. It should be the same photo for everything. If you enjoy my music, you can find it on Spotify. It's literally everywhere on any distribution site that you can think of. It will be there, and you'll be able to find it. My EP dropped. Shout out to everyone that's listening to it. It's currently on 10,000 streams, so that's awesome. You know, just keep grinding. And if there's any artists out there that have listened to this and go, you know, maybe I want to work together, hit me up, man. I'm always willing to work with anybody. I'm currently working with a couple of people across the pond from Canada and from the USA as well. So, you know, I'm everywhere. I'll work with anybody. And the Netherlands as well. So I work with anybody everywhere. Shout out Endie Fiya for the Endie Fiya show for having me and for inviting me on. Like, this has been an awesome experience and an amazing experience to be able to talk over the pond. I didn't even know you could do this kind of stuff. So this is amazing. shout out to Mindstorm. Shout out Sky. Shout out K-Dub. Shout out the whole of the Cov Man. Shout out Yeti. Shout out Reaps and all of the Mindstorm team. Just shout out everybody in the Coventry scene because they know what it's about. They know what I'm about, and we know what it's about. So it's all love.
Yes. Shout out to everyone. As you mentioned, you can find him on all social media platforms. Robbie Raps, 2 S's on it's Twitter and Instagram, right? 2 S's.
Yeah. Twitter and Facebook. If you just put in, I actually managed to get lucky on the Insta. I got lucky on the Insta, and it would just give me the straight Robbie Raps. I was like, that is just bliss.
Yo, for a minute I couldn't find you, and it was so funny because for some reason, like, I'm reading Robbie Raps, but I'm putting Ronnie Raps, and Scott hit me back, and he was like, yo, this promo looks good, but it's Robbie Raps, not Ronnie Raps. And I was like, no wonder I can't find him on anything. Who the hell is Ronnie Raps? Like, no wonder I can't find him on anything. Yo, it was funny. He was like, just could you just make this little small, modification and right back. I got you right back. So I thought that was hilarious. I mean, even earlier today, I was telling myself, like, Robbie, and my kids was like, what's going on? And I was like, nah, it's just, I gotta get this in my head so I don't call him Ronnie Raps, because I don't know who Ronnie Raps is. Shout out to Ronnie Raps wherever you are. Maybe he's up and coming as well. But I was like, I got to make sure I get this in my head. It's Robbie Raps and not Ronnie Raps. One last question for you. Is there anything that you're not willing to compromise to elevate you to the next level?
My dignity. I refuse to give my dignity to go to another level. I think dignity for a person should be one of the biggest things you hold. I won't make myself look stupid. I won't go out of my way to, like, clout chase or, send for people or anything like that. I'm always do me. I will always have my dignity. I will elevate being me and always being me.
And that's what he said. If he offered his piece of advice to that up-and-coming artist that may be listening, he said, be true to yourself, and compromising your dignity, that's not being true to you. You're conforming to standards of others and how they perceive you. So you got to be true to yourself and everything. And not just this industry. That's all walks of life. You know what I'm saying? I find myself battling that, like, every day, just having to be true to myself. And so don't compromise your dignity. Don't do it. Please don't do it. I'm going to try this one more time and see if it works. This is Human on a Mission from Robbie Raps. Well, I don't know why you don't want to play, but guess what? We're going to debut it on Monday, on New Music Monday, so just come right back here, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's midnight if you're in the UK. We're going to play several songs off of the self-titled Robbie Raps EP. All right? Quickly, let me tell you what's going on very quickly. On next Tuesday, the 22nd, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the award-winning motivational speaker Christopher King will be here with us live. He's also the grandson of the legend B.B. King. So you know I'm about to pick his brain, right? Talk about his grandfather. But 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, he will be here with me. Stay tuned for details. Next Saturday, the 26th, we're going to have a special show. You all know that it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month as well as Domestic Violence Awareness. You know that I'm an advocate for victims and survivors of domestic violence. So next Saturday, the 26th, we're going to have some survivors here with us live to chop it up and let us know what their experience was like and how they have overcome. Something that I push to you all the time is that domestic violence not only happens to women, but it happens to men as well. So on next Saturday's episode, I'm proud to say we got several men that's going to speak the truth. So make sure that you tune in from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Saturday, the 26th. All right. As always, I want to leave you with a quote. Thank you, Robbie, for joining me this evening. I'm sorry, only mommy can call him that. Robbie Raps, thank you for joining me this evening. Scatter, thank you for the connection. I look forward to speaking with you very, very soon. Music produces a kind of pleasure which human nature cannot do without. That's Confucius. Until Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you all have a good night. Thank you.